Welcome back everyone, Zeke Morgan here for episode 13, the last and final episode in this walkthrough series of the 2016 remake of Doom. Hopefully you've enjoyed all the videos so far, and of course if you do enjoy this video, please don't hesitate to leave a like, comment, share and subscribe to show your support for the channel. If you would like to leave any comments in the comment section below or send them to me via private message, it'd be greatly appreciated. Let me know your highlights or what you believe the highlights of this series has been, or even just any comments, suggestions or thought about the channel would be greatly appreciated. So of course, as you can see straight away in this episode, they have basically just launched us into a fierce firefight, and just as a quick sort of reminder, of course we're in Hell, closing the portal, closing the well between Hell and Mars. Obviously we don't want the demons coming through anymore. We've spoken to Samuel Hayden, we've pretty much destroyed Vega, which was the computer system, in order to get to Hell, and we're basically just destroying the portal between our realm and the demon realm. Of course it is going to be a fierce firefight, and I'm expecting there to be a lot of enemies in this particular mission, so I've got to obviously be on my guard as much as possible. For some reason then I'd switched off the explosive shot of my shotgun, but already there is pretty much no letting up. I'm getting each and every type of enemy here. We've got the Mancubuses, we've got the imps, speak about the Mancubus, we've got the summoners, we've got the Hell Knights, we've got the pinkies. Oh my god, Mancubus there just behind us as well, so it's gotta be one of those. We've gotta keep moving as much as possible. As you can see there are a couple of portals to sort of ease the way around this particular area, with some health and armour floated about, as well as explosive barrels. They're gonna come in quite handy there. Of course, with this particular sort of mission, map, I was trying to struggle with the word there. Of course they are going to throw absolutely everything that they possibly can at us. Of course if you have any suit upgrades or weapon upgrades, I suggest you doing it before you come into this fight. Of course you can pause the action at any time to do those, but just for ease, do it before you come in. Of course at the minute I'm saving off those BFG shots that I've got in the bottom right hand corner of the screen. So far I believe I can deal with these enemies. They're not that overpowering. I've utilised the portals pretty much as best as I possibly can there, and I was hoping that that chainsaw would actually destroy the pinky, but instead it caught the Hell Knight for some reason, and I'm almost dead. 13 health there already. Luckily we picked that up. Oh my god, this is being quite hectic now. I'm getting health, losing it quite quickly. Of course utilising the portals as much as we possibly can. I was hoping to get a drop down assassination on them, but didn't work out that way just yet. Of course these pinkies are going to be quite a pain now. Going to try and take them out as quickly as possible, and I've used more grenades in this particular episode so far than I have in the entire series, I believe. But of course, as you can see, it is complete and utter carnage. Luckily the checkpoint is reached, so it does appear that we survived our first onslaught and our first sort of minor victory in this particular episode. As you may not have seen, this is slightly a little bit longer than the previous ones in this series. Just shows how sort of furious and tense these firefights are going to be. I've got a lot of things to do in this particular mission, but we're gonna see what we can accomplish. Will we be able to close the portal between Hell and Mars? Who knows? I'm hoping yes, and I'm sure there's going to be a final boss at the end with typical Doom fashion, but we shall see later on in this episode. Okie dokie, so it obviously looks like we've probably got to get over to that summoning pit or whatever. There's a couple of enemies around the area, so I'm just going to clear those out. So far these are the sort of, I don't know the best way to describe them. I was going to say the scientists, that's what we've been seeing on Mars, but they're basically skeletal remains, empty husks of former departed souls maybe, who knows. I have a feeling this is actually the wrong way, but we picked up some armour and some chainsaws, so I'm not going to really complain. Keiko demons, god I hate Keiko demons. Hell Knight up there, and I'm getting hit by something. I don't even care, I'll admit. It was the Keiko demon again, okay. Well, this is a bit awkward. I picked up loads of armour and pretty much just lost it. as well as pretty much most of my health, but luckily with the couple of glory kills there, managed to get most of that up. Don't know why I'm going back. Okay, get some armor in me there. Okie dokie. So basically no reason to come down this area, basically just did it for a firefight. Obviously if you get in and out quite quickly you can pick up the armor. And that looks a bit too far for me to jump. That was my poor pathetic attempt at a double jump just to see if I could potentially reach it. But it does appear like we're going to have to go through these stages round the right hand side. And of course it wouldn't be Doom unless they put some enemies in our way. At this particular moment it is the skulls. I can't remember their exact name, but they are pretty much annoying. Just a shotgun blast or a couple of pistol shots, if you're so inclined, will destroy them. And of course, always hit them when they're red. They'll rebound and potentially hit something else, which is always nice. Make sure you're utilising double jumps there, just to get those off. And I really shouldn't be using my Gauss cannon like this, only because I am kind of close to the edge behind me. And I don't want that to be happening with the Gauss cannon there, as you see. Some of the time it does make you go backwards, and I definitely don't want to be falling off this ledge just for my own stupidity of using a silly gun at this stage. So of course double jumps to make it over, restock on health and ammo as well. And what's down this way? Okay, we've got a couple of imps. So one nice shotgun blast and they're down. And we're going to make our way, hopefully, down to this section. No. So I chickened out there. Of course, you don't take any falling damage, because you've got the impact compensation there. But I always use it, just because it's there. Okay, I'm utilising this particular area now, just to get a couple of kills there. Of course, one of the suit upgrades that I've got is we can use more than one grenade, which is always brilliant. And of course, racking up that weapon mastery on the Gauss cannon. Those are for headshots with the Gauss cannon on Hell Knights. They're the large brutes that always try to sort of melee attack you. Okie-dokie. And this hasn't really outlined an objective. Obviously we've got to go somewhere, but I'm guessing because of the amount of enemies that have just spawned in, it is basically going to be a kill them to advance kind of thing, which is always nice in Doom. It pretty much does let you go to town on the carnage, and hopefully we can do this without me going down, but I'm not promising anything. So far we're keeping them at bay with a shotgun, a couple of grenades, but of course those were just a couple of Revenants. And here comes another one. Of course, for some reason I seem to be really enjoying the shotgun recently. Do apologise if you don't have the same love and appreciation of it as I do, but the explosive shot's always handy for dealing with large groups of enemies and getting splash damage. And of course, couple that up with a grenade or two, and it is absolutely brilliant. So far, keeping them back in this little corner. I don't know why I picked this corner, but it seems to be working. Of course, we've got an invisible Pinky coming up there, and the dreaded Keiko demon, so I'm going to start moving off from this spot. Of course, with such an area such as this, it doesn't hurt to keep moving, and of course we've got the grav lifts and jumps all over the place as well, so it isn't like you are constrained and restricted on where you are. Okay, so we've got the Pinky there. Luckily we've got the chainsaw armour, so we're just going to deal with that. Of course, each of the Pinkies do take 3 fuel to deal with, but of course, with these long stretches, get them to run, you double jump out the way, and that's easily sorted. And these imps are just going to be a bit of a pain, along with this invisible Pinky there. So you double jump, explosive shot, and it is, well, the invisible Pinky isn't down, but the other Pinky is. And this invisible Pinky's soon to be down. There we go. A couple of grenades and he's down. So moving on now, obviously keeping moving. They seem to be chucking everything at us, as we suspected at the start of the episode. So far this is like probably the 9th Pinky that I've managed to destroy. And of course, they, along with the Keiko demons, are the worst enemies in my opinion in Doom. All the other ones I don't have much of an issue with. You should either keep them close, extremely close, like the imps, they don't really pose much of an issue, or keep them at bay with the triple shot from the rocket launcher, or even the chainsaw, or the chain gun if you so wish. So we did manage to get a checkpoint reach there, so it obviously means that we have killed enough enemies at this particular stage. What I'm just doing now is, as you can tell, is just going around and grabbing ammo and health as much as we possibly can. Of course, I completely forgot I had my BFG there, so that might have come in a little bit handy during that. Not entirely sure which way to go now, so always go up the stairs. And as you can tell, it's definitely going to be one of those that we're going to be doing firefight to firefight, because they just basically gave ammo for every single gun there, as well as health, as well as armour. And of course now we're finding out a little bit more about this crucible key. We're destroying, I have no idea what to call those, basically wells, I don't know, or the wraiths. Not entirely too sure what they do. Might have to have a little bit of a look at that Doom sort of FAQ there, but who knows? So, okie dokie. I'm currently going the opposite way to where they suggest. Just utilising some of these portals, and there we go. And we gotta go through the mouth. Didn't even notice it was there. Okie dokie. And there we go, moving on to our second, I'm guessing this is going to be our second firefight. We're going to have to go through, deactivate these portals as we go along. God, I'm getting really good at guessing where those explosive shots are going to be, and sort of where to aim those. Years of practice, I've got to say. Not really, but definitely doesn't hurt in Doom at all. And of course, more pinkies now. So of course, get behind them and shotgun them in the back if you want to. The Hell Knights, of course, if you have the Gauss Cannon, go for the headshots for the weapon mastery. Just grenade everything. Always best to keep them back as much as possible. Explosive shot. Melee kill, done. And more Hell Knights. I'm really keeping them down on this little sort of path or corridor there. Quite surprised. Never mind. Just took a hit from behind and I'm guessing... I was going to say I was guessing that was a pinky, but it seems like it's a Hell Knight, so that's not that bad. But like with all the enemies so far, he is now dead. And utilising the explosive shot of the shotgun there as well. Keeping them at bay as much as possible. So far that's the first enemy to get up to me. I think I'm doing much better than I was expecting. Some imps spawning there on the right hand side, so we're going to deal with those as quickly as possible, but again with the explosive shot, doesn't take too much hassle there. Got the Revenants coming now, so obviously they're bringing out the big guns, and an invisible pinky. God, I hate those. But just keep moving. We've got portals as well, so of course if you do need to make a hasty exit, they are always there. And with that sort of plasma shot on the ground, it obviously tells that a Mancubus is lurking about somewhere. And at some point I'm going to need to get more shotgun ammo, so I'm almost out. But with the Berserk mode activated, obviously the power-ups around the area are going to come in quite handy. This is just going to let me do a little bit of a rampage and take down most of the enemies. Or most of the enemies that I can see, of course. With it, all of them become one-hit kills, so always prioritise over the larger enemies, the Mancubuses, the Revenants, Hell Knights if you want to, or Barons of Hell, because it really does help. And it's just run out now, so we're going to have to go back to killing things the old-fashioned way. Okay, so it looks like we're dealing quite a nice amount of damage to them. So far, pretty much most of them have been destroyed. We had a Hellraiser shot going just across my shoulder then. Well, a little bit over my shoulder, but who's really counting? And keeping them off the high ground. I'm really surprised I'm doing so well, actually. I was at least half expecting some more enemies to sort of get up with me. But now is this time that I move away from the shotgun, use the micro missiles. Of course, I have fully upgraded the weapon mastery of this, so if you don't have it straight away, use the weapon mastery, use the upgrade points on the heavy assault rifle, and you'll get the infinite micro missiles, course, these do go through your ammo of the gun quite quickly, but they are really handy to keep enemies off you. And obviously comes in quite handy when you're dealing with large amounts, because it does have a little bit of splash damage on the micro missiles. So a quick little pit stop for ammo collection then. As you can see, we got a Mancubus coming up now, so we're going to have to try and deal with him quite quickly. Trying to utilise all the guns now as well, just so we're not getting the same gun featuring. Obviously I don't want to be running out of ammo for all my guns at that particular stage, but the plasma gun always come in quite handy. Rocket launchers, always try and save those for the Barons of Hells or even the Cyber Mancubuses. It comes in really handy, normally taking the most down between sort of 7 and 8 rocket launcher shots. And speaking of the Baron of Hell, clearly he wanted to make an appearance. In this particular stage I'm not going to run through all my ammo defeating him, especially not when we have a ammo pickup for it, as I saw earlier. So it does appear that that is the second sort of cacophony of enemies taken care of in the game. We are going to have to destroy another Wraith Well for it. So of course get the key out and just stab it. Not entirely sure what it's doing, bar closing, I'm guessing, part of the Portal of Hell, but hasn't really told us that much about it. Again, the sort of holographic figure of, in a way, reminds me a little bit of Samuel Hayden, but I know it's not, telling us the way forward. And again, even with how quite visually stunning the landscape, as I mentioned in my Doom review. If you haven't seen that, go check it out on my channel as well. And of course, if you do have a game that you want me to review, please don't hesitate to let me know in the comment section below, or send me a message on YouTube or even on my network Freedom, and I'd be glad to do it for you. So just carrying on as much as possible and taking to this sort of underground doom and gloomness. I don't even know the best way to describe this. Very vibrant colours, I've got to admit. But again, coming out, this looks like it's probably going to be our third area, and that's another weapon mastery for the Gauss Cannon, 4 or 5 headshots there. So let's see if we can potentially get that, weapon fully mastered by the time we finish this. Oh, and there we go. The weapon mastery of it is done. Don't expect for me to do that so soon. Of course, there is a trophy in the game to get the weapon masteries of all the guns, as well as getting all the Praetor suit upgrades and getting all the challenges on each of the missions. I haven't done those, but it's always there should you need or want to do it. Oh, that was pretty cool. Chucking a grenade while grab lifting. And thank you so much for that, Imp. You managed to bounce my grenade back to me and do a little bit of splash damage to myself. That's not too bad. Can't really complain. So far, so good. We've come close to dying at the first stage, but so far in this particular one, it's not that bad. And I managed to get under that Hell Knight then and take him down. Okie dokie. I was hoping I could get really up high then, and that looked like a space that no one was going to be able to take me down on, but that's not that bad. This one's going to be quad damage, so with quad damage I tend to always go for sort of the lowest base damage gun, pistol or the shotgun, and take them down, but pretty much any gun will come in handy when you have quad damage, because as the name suggests, it's 4 times the damage, 4 times the fun. Just basically pick a gun and go crazy, is the best way I can describe it. I'm kind of glad they haven't chucked more Keiko demons or more summoners at us, but now that I've probably said that, they're probably going to turn up a little bit later. Always tend to jinx myself with this. And unfortunately didn't manage to get the glory kill on that enemy there because I fell off, but it's not too bad. So far making short work of them with the shotguns and everything. And the Cyber Mancubus, utilising the chainsaw then, wiping out all of the 5 chainsaw fuel for it, but of course now we don't have to worry too much about it. Baron of Hell coming up, as well as, I've just seen a couple of Cyber Demons, some Keiko Demons, and everything else. We got the BFG then, so obviously that's a mission specific then to get kills with the BFG. I believe that's 25, and I'm really surprised that on my second BFG shot I didn't take down both of those barons of hell, because they were quite close to each other, but I suppose they can't make the gun that powerful at the end of the day. So we're just dealing now with the Revenant. He's pretty much posing no real threat to us, but we're going to deal with him quite quickly as it's possible. We've got another weapon upgrade point earned now, and amazingly we've got all 5 points earned in this particular mission. Wasn't expecting to do that so quickly, but we can't complain, which probably means we're coming near to the end of the episode then. Normally I always try and get those near the end of the episode. And of course it really is chucking absolutely everything at us there. We had all the health, all the armour, and all the ammo. So I believe this is going to be our third well. Yep, let's just confirmed it. The third well to close. Don't know what to expect now. Destroying another wraith. And that crucible key is coming in really handy. Doubles up as a sort of blade to take down the wells. Who knew? Such an artifact from hell would have a dual purpose. So now they're slightly creeping me out. So I'm just going to jump down, close the well. And that looks like Olivia Pierce, who died at the start.
They promised me so much.
Okay, it is her. Oh, that's not that bad, and I think something bad's going to happen now. What's happening? I don't like this at all. I really don't like this at all. And that looks creepy. Oh, great. It's like a spider mind. Spider person. I don't even know. All that I know is it's got a health bar, which means I kill it. That's the best way to describe it. So, with this, I think maybe assault rifle. I don't know what works best against these. Looking like it's got several attacks and some sort of laser beam thing. And it scuttles around quite quickly. Who knows? I don't really care, to be honest. I'm just going to keep shooting it till it dies. That's the best bet that I could say. Get up high, avoid most of its ground attacks. And go in then. So of course that BFG shot hurt it a little bit, but unfortunately it sort of sailed past it and didn't do as much damage. I thought it was glowing there for a glory kill, but I learn something new every day. And it flips over, so that's always quite handy. It doesn't seem to be doing any sort of damage while it's flipped over, so don't waste your bullets. So far we've got about a quarter of its health down. I saw a BFG shot over here, so I'm going to go ahead and take that. Of course, I think its main weak spots are sort of its brain part, for what the best way to describe it. The top left and top right of its main body, and as you can see there, pretty much blasting through ammo as much as possible. And now I know why they put the pillars there, to obviously stop getting damaged during that. So I'd say it's just over half health now. Not entirely sure what weapon to go at it for, because none of these seem to be doing particularly that much damage to it. We've got 44 health as well, so that's obviously not being that good. Now it is definitely down to half health. Basically we stumbled it a little bit there, and with the last BFG shot there that we did, took it just under half health. So now it's going to do area of effect attacks at the bottom, so what you want to do is obviously jump on those pillars, otherwise that will quickly kill you. And we got it down to say, I'd say just over a quarter of its health left. Of course, at stages it does drop health and ammo for you, so always go pick that up and keep an eye around the particular area for BFG shots. And as you can see there, it brought up spikes on the pillars as well, so keep an eye out for those and always double jump off it if you are ever in doubt. Oof, okay, this is going to be a furious fight now. It's just keeping me at bay. And none of those micro missiles seem to be actually hurting it. Just a bit worrying. of it is doing so much tiny damage that I'm not really seeing it. The explosive shot across to its face does hurt it. Let's have a little bit of a go now. Let's get up high, do the zoomed in for it. Ooh, don't mean to fall off my pillow. Double jump. There we go. We're getting it. We're getting there. It's down to about 1/10 of its health now. Again, running out of a lot of ammo there, so I'm gonna stay with the shotgun. Seems to be effective, as well as those grenades coming in very, very handy. It's almost down now, so deal with the rocket launcher. Oh, I didn't realise the rocket launcher did that much damage, otherwise I've been using this before. Pretty terrible. So, there's a hint, use the rocket launcher. It's glowing blue, so I came close to it, but clearly isn't damaged enough yet. Is that its death throws? I don't know. Yep, looks like it's death throws. There you go, it's glowing blue and orange, so always going for the glory kill there. And that's just taking the mick now. BFG shot right in its face. If it survives this, I don't know what I'm going to do. But luckily, I believe that is dead. I'm going to say I believe, not entirely too sure. And we're getting tethered, so that's always strange. Who knows what's going to happen?
You've won. It's over, Ice. Argent, Vega, this entire operation. You see, I've watched your work, come to understand your motivation. You think the only way is to kill them all, leave nothing behind. And you may be right. But we can't just shut it all down. Without Argent energy, it will be worse. I don't expect you to agree. But with this, we can continue our work.
Great, I never saw a double cross coming.
I'm not the villain in this story. I do what I do.
You're not the villain, okay, but you sent me to kill the demons, close the well, and you complain that I closed the well, and now you're stealing the crucible key to continue your work.
I can't kill
It's terrible.
you, but I won't have you standing in our way.
Oh, and I didn't even know it did that. That would have been bloody helpful. That probably would have taken down the boss quite quickly. So it does appear that that is the end. Of course, if you've enjoyed this episode, please don't hesitate to leave a like, comment, share and subscribe to show your support for the channel. And as always, I've been Zeke Morgan, and as always, have a lovely day now.